Sophia had learned to live with quiet. At 42, she had built a life that looked complete from the outside: a stable career as an interior designer, a cozy apartment filled with soft lights and plants, and evenings spent with books and calm music. She had loved before, deeply, and lost enough times to stop expecting miracles. Love, she believed, was for a younger, braver, less tired version of herself. Then Daniel walked into her life. He was 26, confident without being loud, and warm without trying too hard. They met on a renovation project where Daniel was a freelance photographer, documenting creative spaces. From their first conversation, something felt different. Not dramatic or electric, just easy. They talked about art, travel, mistakes, and dreams they were still afraid to say out loud. Daniel listened to her like time slowed down around her words. He never rushed her sentences or interrupted her stories. He saw her not as a woman who had lived too long, but as someone still living. Sophia noticed the way he looked at her, intent, as if he was learning the details of her existence. She told herself it was harmless, friendly, temporary, but feelings have a way of growing quietly when you stop watching them. They began meeting outside of work. Coffee turned into long walks, which turned into dinners that stretched late into the night. With Daniel, Sophia laughed freely, something she hadn't done in years. She forgot to check the time. She forgot to be careful. One evening, on her balcony, with the city lights glowing below, Daniel spoke softly. "Do you ever feel like life paused for you at some point?" She nodded. "Sometimes I feel like I'm standing still while everyone else keeps moving." He turned to her. "I don't see you standing still. I see someone who survived." The words settled deep inside her. That night, when he hugged her goodbye, the embrace lingered longer than it should have. His arms felt safe, familiar. When he stepped back, their faces were close enough for her to feel his breath. Sophia broke the moment first, stepping back with a soft smile. "You should go." He nodded, but his eyes stayed on her lips for just a second too long. She didn't sleep that night. Days later, the truth surfaced. They were in her living room, rain tapping against the windows. Daniel looked nervous. "I need to be honest," he said. "I know the age difference matters. I know people will talk, but I'm not confused about what I feel for you." Her heart raced. "Daniel, I'm not chasing something temporary," he continued. "I'm choosing you." Sophia walked to the window, overwhelmed. She'd spent years protecting herself from this exact moment. "You deserve someone younger," she said quietly. "Someone without my history." He stood behind her, close but not touching. "I don't want someone without history. I want you with everything that made you who you are." She turned, eyes shining. "And what if I break your heart?" He smiled gently. "Then it would still be worth it." That was the moment she stopped running. She stepped closer, placing her hand on his chest, feeling his fast, nervous, real heartbeat. Slowly, she leaned in and kissed him. It was a soft, trembling kiss at first. When he kissed her back, slowly and respectfully, something inside her finally gave in. The kiss deepened and not rushed, but full of meaning. Years of restraint met youthful devotion. When they pulled apart, her forehead rested against his. "I'm scared," she whispered. "So am I," he replied. "But I don't want to be brave without you." Their relationship unfolded quietly, intentionally. They savored moments, others rushed past: morning coffees, shared playlists, long conversations in bed. The world didn't disappear. Friends questioned, strangers stared, but in their shared space, none of it mattered. One night, after a dinner party where whispers lingered too long, Sophia sat on the edge of the bed, distant. Daniel knelt in front of her, taking her hands. "Tell me what you're thinking." "I'm tired of explaining this," she admitted. He kissed her knuckles. "Then don't. Let's just live." She leaned forward and kissed him again, this time with confidence, her hands sliding into his hair as they lay back together. With Daniel, she felt desire not, despite her age, but because of who she had become. Months passed. Love settled into something deeper, stronger. One evening, watching the sunset, Daniel spoke quietly. "I don't see you as older," he said. "I see you as my present." Sophia smiled, tears in her eyes. She kissed him, long and lingering, the kind of kiss that said everything words couldn't. In loving him, she discovered something unexpected. She wasn't too late, she was right on time. Thank you for watching. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content that touches the heart. See you next time.